Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with the topic suicide, its meaning, causes and remedies. It is found in plus 3 fourth semester ethics and value paper, and the name of the paper is Ethical Values for Student Life. But before I discuss what is suicide, what are the causes of suicide, remedies of suicide, I want to inform my viewers that name of my channel is Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. Where you will find political science videos of plus 2 first year to plus 2 second year, plus 3 first semester political science honors up to plus 3 sixth semester political honors, videos of ethics and values of plus 3 first semester to fourth semester, political science general elective of plus 3 first semester to second semester, and environmental studies of plus 3 first semester. I request my viewers to use your earphone to be clearly audible to the video. Let us start. Suicide. What is a suicide? In English, there is a saying, life is not a bed of roses, but a bed of thorns. It means people face a lot of challenges to survive, and whenever they feel that they do not have ability to survive, they out of stress take a lot of wrong steps, including suicide, murder, violence activities, substance use, etc. From this, students are not an exception. They are also taking wrong steps. Among these wrong steps, suicide has become very common practice. It has become a major social issue affecting students. It is said that in every hour in India, one student is dying by killing himself or herself, which is termed as suicide. In English, there is a saying, life is not a bed of roses, rather it is a bed of thorns. It means in order to survive in this world, people will have to face a lot of challenges. And whenever they feel that they are unable to face challenges in order to survive, sometimes they take wrong steps like suicide. Substance use means use of liquor, drugs, then violent activities, then murder, etc. So, life is not a bed of roses but bed of thorns. In order to survive in this world, people have to face a lot of challenges. And whenever they feel that they are unable to face challenges, they take up various wrong steps like murder, violence activities, suicide, or taking substance use. From this, students are not an exception. Students also face a lot of challenges in this world. Students are also facing a lot of challenges in the world. So whenever they feel that they are unable to face challenges, sometimes students also take shelter of wrong steps like suicide, murder, substance use and violent activities. But among the wrong steps taken by students, suicide is a very vital wrong step of student. And suicide is so much dangerous today that in every hour in India, one student is taking his life in every hour. In every hour in India, a student is taking or his life by killing himself, which is known as the suicide. Let us discuss what is suicide. Meaning of suicide. The term suicide is derived from the Latin word suicidum, S-U-I-D-I-U-M. The term suicide has been derived from the Latin word suicidum, S-U-I-C-I-D-I-U-M, means act of taking one's own life. The term suicide has been derived from the Latin word suicidum, S-U-I-C-I-D-I-U-M, suicidum, means act of taking one's own life. It is an act of taking one's life voluntarily and intentionally. It is an act of taking one's own life voluntarily and knowingly or intentionally. There are mainly three common methods of suicide: are hanging, taking poisons by taking insecticides, and firearms. The word suicide was first used by Sir Thomas Browne, B-R-O-W-N-E Browne, in his book Religio, R-E-L-I-G-I-O, Religio Medici, M-E-D-I-C-I, Medici, in 1643. So, the term suicide has been derived from the Latin word suicidum, means taking one's own life or taking one's own life intentionally or knowingly. It is known as suicide. And generally, there are now three main methods which are being adopted for killing one's own life or suicide. One is hanging. Number two, taking insecticides, or ending life by means of firearms. So we are clear about the meaning of suicide. Now discuss causes of suicide. What factors which are responsible, which encourage a man or which will force a man to make suicide? Number one, stress. It means mental tension or weariness caused by a difficult situation. Whenever a person will feel that he will unable to face a difficult situation, he will be in the mental tension or stress. At the time he wants to make suicide. Number two, lack of faith in himself to achieve goal. Whenever a person will feel that he will be unable to fulfill the goal, he will unable to achieve the goal, he will take shelter of suicide. Number three, mental illness or disorder. It includes depression, schizophrenia, problem in thinking, behaving. Sometimes mental illness or mental disorder forces a man to make suicide. So mental disorder or mental illness includes depression. Whenever a person will be stressed excessively, or whenever a person will be affected by a disease known as schizophrenia, S-C-H-I-Z-O, schizophrenia, schizophrenia means problem in thinking and behaving. So mental disorder, mental illness also forces a man to make suicide. Number four, conflict. It means fight or argument. Whenever a person will fight with somebody or make argument with somebody, at the time also he opts to make suicide. Number five, lack of healthy interpersonal relationship. Whenever a person will not have good relationship with others, it is also a factor which forces him to make suicide. 6. Unemployment or low socio-economic condition. Unemployment or low socio-economic conditions also forces a man to make suicide. Then, loss of near and dear ones. Whenever a person will lose his closer persons, near and dear, when a person will lose his near and dear, their absence forces him to make suicide. Then, falling to the trap of substance use. Whenever a person will be trapped by substance use, whenever a person will feel that he will not be free from the use of liquors and drugs, at the time he also makes suicide. Then social discrimination, whenever a person will be discriminated socially, at the time he also opts to make suicide. Fear, it means afraid of somebody or something. Whenever a person will be fearful, he will afraid somebody or something, he also opt to make suicide. Then depression, it is a constant feeling of sadness or loss of interest which stop one doing his normal activities. Depression means it is a constant feeling of sadness whenever a person will feel continuously sad, and loss of interest, you will not have interest to do any work, which stop one doing his normal activity. Whenever a person will be under depression, he will be in sad condition continuously, and he will not have interest to do for normal work. At the time he opts to make suicide. Then poor life skill, it means poor problem solving skill. Whenever a person will have poor solving problems skill, whenever a person will have poor problem solving skill, whenever a person will be unable to solve problem, he will not have skill to solve problem, at the time he also opts for suicide. Lack of social support in case of need, whenever a person will not get support from anybody, any persons at the time of need, he opts for suicide. Then inability to handle failure in academics and other activities. Whenever a person will be unable to face academic goals, he will also go for suicide. Inability to handle failure in academics or other activities. Whenever a person will be unable to face failures in academic and other fields, at the time he also opts for suicide. So we are clear about the meaning of suicide and causes of suicide. Now discuss remedies to check suicide. How suicide will have to be checked. Number 1, inform to the authority immediately when suicidal nature is found in students in educational campus. Whenever in the educational campus, suicidal intention will be marked with any student, immediately authorities of the educational institution must be informed. So suicide can be checked. Number 2, inform to the parents immediately when suicidal symptom is found in student inside the campus. Whenever within the educational campus, suicidal symptom will be found in any student, immediately his parents must be informed. Number 3, do not leave the person alone. Whenever in any person suicidal symptoms will be found, he should not be left alone. Always a person will be with him. Number 4, teachers, hostel authorities, friends and college employees have the moral responsibility to get connected with students and give them moral support at every moment. Whenever suicidal symptom will be found in any student, it is the moral responsibility of the teachers, college authority, college officials, college employees to be connected with that person and give them moral support. 5, they should be encouraged to face challenge in life. Whenever some students will show the symptom of suicide, he will be encouraged to face the challenge of life. Number 6, aware him that alternatives are available. Whenever suicidal symptoms will be found in any student, he should be aware that alternatives are available. If he will not be able to achieve something, then some others are also for him. Finally, he should be encouraged to consult with a counselor. Whenever suicidal impacts will be found with any student, he will be encouraged to meet with a counselor who can give him better solution. So in this video we discussed suicide, its meaning, causes and remedies. I want to inform my viewers that any video you want, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic. In YouTube, you will get both Odia and English video. Thank you. Have a nice day.